Well, I think by consumption missing that expectation, we did expect a pullback from the second quarter, but maybe not as large as a pullback. And what this says is that the U.S. consumer is still under a significant amount of pressure. And I know we've talked about this many times, but against the backdrop of very minimal income growth, very still lackluster job creation that's dominated by part-time, low-wage and temporary hiring. And looking at retail sales, it does suggest that momentum is continuing to wane as we move into the key fourth quarter holiday spending season.
And there's a rotation that's been going on throughout the year towards what we call later cycle stocks that tend to do better as the economy matures. Large cap tech is a good example. Parts of healthcare that are slower growing, HMOs and hospitals, things along those lines that do better once we get to a self-sustaining growth rate. And we actually think industrials could have a bit of a comeback here as the world gets comfortable that the Fed can actually tighten and the world doesn't fall apart.
We would look at some sectors in the consumer discretionary area. Certainly lower energy prices will help the consumer, but that would focus on media. We would be underweight restaurants here, some selected parts of apparel. We like auto parts in there. We talked about industrials, and additionally in healthcare, in that managed care hospital piece, and lastly around financials, we would be overweight insurance and overweight credit cards in there. In this environment going forward, we'd be underweight the utilities and telecommunications.